Now, diplomatic relations is certainly something that the to-be-sworn-in government looks to strengthen. But unfortunately for Narendra Modi, his bid to boost international relations has dented his internal relations. Take a look.
Thank you for the invitation to attend your swearing-in ceremony. I look forward to being there. The Sri Lankan Premier Mahinda Rajapaksa confirmed his presence at Modi's swearing-in ceremony on May 26. But the repercussion this has triggered might not please the BJP, which is all set to form the next government. Row over Rajapaksa's attendance continues. The dissent within the NDA fold over the red carpet invitation to Rajapaksa refuses to die down. Modi's allies and friends from Tamil Nadu are disgruntled. MDMK, AIADMK and DMK had opposed the move earlier. Today, MDMK chief Vaiko met BJP President Rajnath Singh and Narendra Modi over the issue.
If Rajapaksa is invited, whose hands are stained with the blood of Tamils, that will be a bolt from the blue and the people in Tamil Nadu. Therefore, I have requested him to take up this request to Sri Narendra Modi ji to avoid the presence of Rajapaksa in the swearing-in ceremony.
Vaiko trained his guns on the Sri Lankan president, accusing him of war crimes against innocent Tamils. The MDMK chief also said that there was no need to improve diplomatic relations with the island country at this juncture.
The butcher of Tamils, who has committed the genocide of innocent Tamils, hundreds of thousands of Tamils, children, women and unarmed public. When hundreds of thousands of Tamils have been brutally murdered and massacred, what diplomatic nicety is needed?
He refused to reply to queries on whether he would boycott the swearing-in ceremony in the event of Rajapaksa's participation. He said that he was awaiting Modi's decision. Tamil parties get more vocal. Former Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Karunanidhi's party DMK launched a scathing attack on BJP and Modi for rolling out the red carpet to the Sri Lankan president. He urged the new government to understand the feelings of Tamils. The centre should deeply ponder over whether a person who had killed lakhs of Tamils, indulged in ethnic cleansing, and someone who had waged a war against his own people should participate in the swearing-in of Narendra Modi and request them to drop the initiative. I want the new BJP government to realize the truth about pro-Tamil feelings at the initial stage itself. Another regional party, PMK, has also joined the chorus of opposition. The party's chief Ramadas today said the Tamils were hurt by the move to invite the Sri Lankan president. Damage control. While diplomatic relations between Sri Lanka and the impending Indian government has taken a beating with the ongoing row, Rajapaksa has tried to reach out to the rebelling Tamils. According to sources, Rajapaksa has tried to diffuse the backlash in Tamil Nadu by inviting the chief minister of Tamil-dominated northern provinces to join the Lankan delegation. C.V. Vigneshwaran, the chief minister of northern provinces, is yet to confirm his participation, but Sri Lankan officials are said to be positive about him joining the delegation. On the other hand, BJP spokesperson Nirmala Sitharaman said that the party's leadership will try to hold talks with their allies and explain their stance to them.
His concerns have been expressed. He's a valued alliance partner. However, I'm sure our leadership is able to explain the context in which this invitation has been to all SAARC countries without exception. So I think our leadership will be able to convince and explain the context in which this has been sent.
India's ties with Sri Lanka has to a large extent been influenced by the domestic politics of Tamil Nadu over the rights of ethnic Tamils in the island nation. Modi, though, has a clear majority in the parliament. He is certainly not dependent on Tamil parties to run the government and is free to follow a more independent policy on Lanka. But given the opposition from Tamil political parties, will Modi change his stance? A News9 report.
Well, Modi might be neck deep in work, but that doesn't stop him from summoning the cabinet secretary and directing him to get his boys ready for the busy days ahead.
Hectic preparations are on for the grand Modi swearing-in ceremony. But it's not just the security personnel and the concerned officials who are slogging it off. If one sneaks into the offices of bureaucrats, the scenes are quite surprising. Thanks to disciplinarian Prime Minister designate who plans to get back to business soon after swearing in. Wondering what could his business be? Modi's opening shot. A meet with 84 government departments. Yes, post-Monday, Narendra Modi will be busy in meetings with 84 departments. Narendra Modi has asked all the secretaries to do their homework. That includes a 20-minute PowerPoint presentation. While the bureaucrats have been asked by the Cabinet Secretary A.K. Seth to be prepared to talk about their achievements, downsizing and restructuring. They have also been informally asked to give their views on whether some ministries should be clubbed to ensure better coordination. But mind you, this is no easy task. The officials have been warned that the meetings can be at any time and any place. So what do the BJP leaders have to say on Modi's move?
I think really has moved for the last 3 months because of elections, and even before that the Congress government was, no real work had really happened. So Mr. Narendra Modi is actually hitting the ground running and at a very breakneck speed, wanting to know what the problems actually are in terms of at the secretary level, what are the policy paralysis issues, what are the bottlenecks, and there has to be a situation, only you can identify and get a proper presentation, then the government has to get down to work. And I think Mr. Modi is doing a fantastic thing in actually reaching out to the top bureaucracy and asking them what the bottlenecks are.
As far as this whole exercise of preparing notes on the respective ministries of the Government of India, it's a very natural exercise which the secretaries of the relevant ministries do prepare, and whenever the new Prime Minister and his government with the Council of Ministers come in, they brief the Prime Minister as well as the concerned ministers. Certainly, this gives a deep insight into the working of the Indian economy and the relevant ministries, whether it is the Ministry of External Affairs, whether it is Foreign Affairs, whether it is Commerce, whether it is Agriculture, whether it is Railways, and whether it is the Home Ministry.
With clear understanding that delivery of the objective or finally good governance principles dominating, which are those achievables which are capable of being taken up immediately. That is why this exercise is probably happening, just so that the government which is going to come in place understands the situation and quickly moves to do something.
While BJP leaders lauded the Prime Minister designate, the Congress leaders were less keen to even comment.
It is very early to comment on the working of the government right now. The Prime Minister has to swear in, and only then after that the government starts working. So it would be too early to comment on the working of the government.
No, we have no opinions about these. This is his individual approach to running a government in the centre.
A rare feat indeed. It's indeed a rarity for the secretaries of the departments to have one-on-one talk with the Prime Minister. But looks like Modi is the one who doesn't believe in just calling the shots. Looking at his pace of work, the bureaucrats in the country will surely have to buck up. Sanjay Dikshit for News9, Delhi.
Now, the Congress is indeed going through a difficult time in the state. After the poll debacle, the KPCC members have demanded expulsion of underperforming ministers. But do the ministers really care, even if they are sacked? Let's take a look.
Congress suffered a humiliating defeat in the state despite being in power. Even in Davangere, the might of horticulture minister Shamanur Shivshankarappa couldn't overthrow sitting MP James Siddeshwar. But as this vote is hanging on most of the underperforming ministers' heads following the poll debacle, Shamanur Shivshankarappa seems to be calm and composed.
ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ಕೇಳ್ರಿ ಅಂದೆ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಸುಳ್ಳು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೋಗೋರು ಬರೀತೀವಿ ಪೇಪರ್ ಅವ್ರು ಯಾರು ಹಂಗಾದ್ರೆ ಭಾಳ ಜನ ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ಬಿಟ್ರಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಹೆಲಿಕಾಪ್ಟರ್ ನಮ್ಮೂರು ಹೋಗ್ತೇವೆ ಸಾಕು ಅದೇನಿಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ರೆ ಹೋಗೋದು ಇಲ್ರಿ ಹೋಗೋದು ಏನಂತಾರೆ ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪ ಮನೆ ಗಂಟ.
Though most of the Congress leaders have shied away from accepting the fact, Shivshankarappa attributed the defeat to Modi tsunami.
Modi tsunami. ನಾವು ಬರ್ತೈತಿದ್ದ ನಾವು ಬಹಳ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ವಪ್ಪ. ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಮೀಡಿಯಾದವರು ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ದಾವಣಗೆರೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಆದರೆ ಓಟ್ ಹೊಡೆದ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಹಿಂಗಾಯ್ತು.
While Shamano Shivshankarappa is all good and ready to pack his bags if asked to, KPCC members and party workers have demanded the expulsion of Ranebenedur MLA Koliwad, calling him a traitor. They have blamed Koliwad for Congress candidates' defeat in Haveri.
ಜಾತಿಯನ್ನು ಮರೆತು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬೆಂಬಲ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಬೆಂಬಲದಿಂದ ಆರಿಸಿ ಬರಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. ಕೆಲವು ಮೀನು ಸಾಧಕರಿಂದ, ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ ಕೋಳಿವಾಡರಿಂದನೇ ನಾವು ಸೋಲನ್ನು ಅನುಭವಿಸಬೇಕಾಯ್ತು. ನಮ್ಮ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೋಳಿವಾಡರಿಂದ ಸೋಲನ್ನು ಅನುಭವಿಸಬೇಕಾಯ್ತು. ಆ ಒಂದು ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಕೋಳಿವಾಡರವರನ್ನ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಪ್ರದೇಶ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಕಮಿಟಿಯಿಂದ ಪಕ್ಷದ ಉಚ್ಚಾಟನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋಂಥದ್ದೇ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ವಾದ.
After submitting his complaint at the KPCC office, the members have also demanded resignation of Minister H.K. Patil for anti-party activities. Well, it's totally the Chief Minister's prerogative to choose his cabinet. But with the humiliating numbers staring in his face and protesters demanding resignation of ministers who will be sacked is what remains to be seen. A News 9 report.